Well, Kate Frenzy has returned. But we're kind of in a new set now. How do you like it? We may be in a new set, but that doesn't mean that the pile is gone. Unfortunately, the pile has gotten bigger. What am I gonna do? It's that time again. We are going to be opening a new figure today, and today's figure I'm so excited for because I love this character so much. So let's get to the unboxing. This one is coming to us from Ami once again. So we'll have a little postcard inside this one, and this one got pushed back I think like 1 or 2 months, so it wasn't too bad. I don't remember waiting too long for this one. And as I assumed, here is this year's New Year's card from Ami. It's very, very cute. It's very pretty. Wow. I like it. So this is just your general postcard you get from Ami every time you order from them. And this guy, just to show you what they do for figmas, because figmas are packed very cleanly. They're just like that. Basically no coverings in the box. It's actually kind of funny. The figmas have really like quiet packaging, I guess you could say, just because like I think they know that these figures aren't worth as much, so people aren't as worried about them getting damaged in transportation. So I guess that's a good thing. Okay, we'll just take that whole thing out, I guess. Okay, so she just comes in this like basically just paper wrapping around her. It's fairly simple, nothing protecting her really. So let's get that piece off. So here we have Nadeshiko Kagamihara. She is one of my most favorite characters I think of all time now. Nadeshiko is one of the most cutest characters in all anime, I swear, and she's one of the most wholesome. This Figma box, this is a DX version. I have never seen DX versions before because I normally don't order DX versions. So I don't know if this black box is a general thing for most of these figures. But this black box, wow, it's so clean, but it's so unassuming because most Figmas that I've seen have just the clear plastic and you just have the figure there and you can see it. And then what else is there? We have Figma Eurocamp up the top there. And on the sides, we have just Nadeshiko's name. On the back, we have just pictures of Nadeshiko and what you're getting inside the figure. And on the side, you get the most cutest picture of Nadeshiko in her little blanket. She's adorable. I believe this is just a sleeve, so we're just gonna take this off. I see. So I guess the DX versions always come with this black box then, just to make it look more professional maybe. So this is what I am most familiar with when it comes to Figmas. Just a picture of the figure. The figure is inside, and then you have the really fun artworks on the side. There's Nadeshiko. There she is again. Same thing as the back of the other one. And then there she is on the bottom. On the top, it's a very cute picture. There is some prints on the top as well. Eurocamp's signature thing is like these little tents. I'm not sure what you call this pattern, but you know, you see it on like the sweaters for winter and stuff. And the bottom, instead of having like information, the bottom actually has a picture of Nadeshiko too. So like this one is a really cute box. I like this box. It's clean. It's awesome. It comes with a nice little sleeve. So you know what? This box will probably get like a very clean 9 out of 10. I think it should deserve a 9. The 10 like point probably just is missing because of I don't know. I still think these boxes are really nice, but they're not like super fancy, you know, like they're not really overly exaggerated, nor are they very like simplified. So I think in general like a 9 is pretty decent for this one. If it gets a 10 mark, it probably just have to be like kind of more elaborate. I think this box is just kind of, they slap the pictures of Nadeshiko's figure all across it. So it's, you know, nice to know what you're getting, but it's not like clean in terms of presentation. The black box, however, does make it look very clean. But again, the black box for Nadeshiko, I don't know. The black box for Nadeshiko doesn't really work in my opinion. I know it makes it look cleaner, but I think for like just general purposes, this is a lot more her style. Black for Nadeshiko doesn't seem like her thing, you know? Nadeshiko's a very bright character, so having a full black box would be kind of depressing. This pink box is more akin to what she normally would wear. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the box. Let's move on to the packaging. So for this one, we're gonna open her up. She has one sticker on the top, so we're just gonna get that open. Top there, cut that open. And then we're gonna pop her open here. A little flap on the top. And pop her out. Oh, cool. The inside of the box has this nice pattern inside of it. It's very fun. There is a layer on top, and then there's a back layer here for protection against any shock. So it's a space between the packaging and her body. Nope, no buttons. Actually, this one just comes... there's nothing holding it together on the box. This is really tight. So we have Nadeshiko right here. There's a piece of plastic holding the figure. This is curled around her little blankets. And what else do we have here? Accessories are just pushed into the sides here. The little ones have a piece of tape over it to keep them in place, so when you open it, it doesn't explode everywhere like I thought it might be. So that's good. And then behind Nadeshiko, there's also a piece of plastic that's holding her in place as well. Oh, there goes her head. This one is covered in plastic. I'm trying to hold it at an angle so I don't drop everything because they are kind of loose. And then Nadeshiko herself has plastic behind her, like that. And then she also has plastic around her body, her hair, her neck, her chest, her vest, and underneath her legs. So anywhere that there's potential rubbing on the figure, there is plastic on it, so that's good. Her legs also have a little bag holding her in place. Looks like it's double... Oh, it's just one piece of plastic that's kind of folded over like that. Okay, and then we'll pop up her little scarf and her little body, and then her hair. She's got a different front hair piece. That's interesting. Pop her faces out. Okay, so we have so many pieces of plastic hair, and we have one on her head, which I think I need to pop her head off to get it off. When it comes to these, okay. When it comes to these little joints, I'm always scared that something's gonna come off. I'm just dropping her all over the place right now. All right, and then top here, there's like a little piece of plastic up here. There's even some on her arms too. For the ones underneath her arms, you can basically just pull away. And the ones underneath her shirt, you can basically pull out. I think it's underneath. Okay, there you go. It's like underneath her chest. Gotcha. So interestingly enough, the hair pieces are attached to the scarf. There's actually a little slot in the back of her head that connects to the inside of the scarf. I don't think I've ever seen that before, where there's a little joint on the back of the head to connect an accessory on the bottom. She's so cute. Oh, look at her. She's so adorable. Okay, like there could have been some buttons on the front clam, and like there's plastic covering most of her body parts, so I will just give this one an 8 out of 10 for packaging. That means we can move on to the stats. Nadeshiko Kagamihara comes from us from Good Smile Company and Max Factory. She is the DX edition, which is the deluxe edition. Her series is Laid Back Camp, otherwise known as Yuru Camp in Japanese. Her sculpt work was done by Shogo, with paintwork done by Asuka Marunoichi and cooperation with Masaki Apsi. Her height is 5.5 inches, width 1 inch, length 2.5 inches. Her release date was January of 2022. The initial cost was $139.32 Canadian, but my cost was $162 Canadian. That's with shipping and duties included. Now let's talk about Nadeshiko, shall we? Alright, so because this figure is a little bit different, we're going to be talking about the sculpt and the paint up close and personal. Alright, I do want to mention that there were extra pieces. These guys here, they were actually attached to the bottom of this thing. It was on the back side, taped to the bag. So there were additional pieces as well. There is the stand, there's the hand parts, and the stickers for the ramen, which I'm gonna leave inside of the package. I'm not gonna deal with this because they're so tiny. And also this bag. So when you are doing your figures and you don't want to keep the boxes, you can actually put all the accessories in this bag so that you don't have to worry about it. This is a great way to keep track of your figures. You can even have a little space here to write the name of the character. These are always really nice to have. I think more figures should come with bags like this. Good Smile has basically perfected this to a point where they know that people have too many accessories, so here's a bag. Her body comes apart at her upper torso. We also have her lower legs. The stickers go onto the ramen just to give it a design. The head part, like I mentioned before, attaches to the scarf. Oh, a little pom-pom up there is a little separate piece on its own. Then you want to use this part, the shorter hair, when it comes to the blanket, because that way the long bangs will not get in the way of the figure. So that's what this part's for. I was wondering what this was for. This figure is the cutest little figure I've ever had. Oh my goodness, I can't stop looking at how cute she is. I love her so much. You have no idea. She is such a cute character. She's one of the brightest characters I've come across. The name Nadeshiko actually means like super pure child or like adorable caressable child, so like it super fits her because she's such a ball of like fluffy goodness. As I mentioned before, the head is attached to the scarf, so when you move the head around, the scarf moves with it, which is a really nice detail for the character. For taking this off, it's not too bad, like it just pops right off. There's a joint on the bottom there, and then like I mentioned, these parts are attached to the scarf, so you can actually move these around. They actually have a little bit of movement. Again, the pom-poms here are attached to this little segment right here, and then the back part has a hole that you can place into here, so that just secures the figure right into place, and it's actually quite ingenious. I like having something like that, so it's just one solid piece. While she's out, I'm just going to talk about this part. So for her body, when you have the scarf on, you can't really move the arms up too much, and even with the vest on, you can barely move it up either. You can't really twist it too far back. The joints do feel nice. They feel stiff enough so that they have body to them, but they don't really push back on you. They do stay up in nice positions. They don't feel loose at all like some other figures you might get. Even her little wrist does have twistable joints. And then for her upper body, she does have like a twist joint right here, which you can twist around a little bit, so you can give her a little bit of play. And then the bottom part, because she has this longer plastic piece here, you can't really move the legs too much, but you can move it just enough because the plastic's just malleable enough that it can be bent upward, and you can move the legs back and forth. The joint on the leg feels really nice. I sometimes have figures where the leg feels really bad because the top part is just kind of loose. Sometimes I've had figures where the inner part of the leg near the thigh, like inner thigh here, when you move it around, it actually feels really loose because of the way the socket is, so they have better range of motion. But this one I think is just nice enough. I mean, like, look, she can do that. Like, that's great. And for the ankle's good. She can turn all the way around. And you can also move the toe portion up as well. So you have a little bit of motion in there. Let's just see if she can stand on her own. Yep, she's good on her own as well. So that's just the general idea of that. Then we talk about her legs here as well. So for this one, we have a really clean color palette on it. The paintwork is really nice. There's no really big amounts of shading, but it's a very clean figure in terms of paint. There's even little button details just down the middle of the skirts. You can see it kind of right there. There's like these little button segments. We have these little tights here, and the tights are just clean enough that they look like actual tights. And then this part is for, well, this part is why I actually bought this. This is the cutest little damn thing ever. This thing is essentially going to be your resting pose, I guess you could say. Well, this part here doubles as the top to kind of hold her in place right here like that. This is her happy, I ate a lot of food face. Nadeshiko eats so much in this show. It's one of the great joys of watching the show is just Nadeshiko eating food. It sounds really weird, but this is one of the best parts of the show. So this is like her I'm elated face. It's nice and warm. I've eaten a lot of food. And then this face right here, this is her bright happy face. It's a general anime face. The eye paint on this is really nice. And we have some really nice detail in the eyes as well. It's very detailed for being so tiny. I'm glad they didn't skimp on this. The way these faces push in, there's a little joint right here that you just push into their back skull. Then we have a piece that has chopsticks for eating the noodles. Then we also have a piece for the soup, or the dumpling soup that she makes pretty often. We have cup ramen, which is supposed to have the sticker on it. So you put this sticker onto that to make it have the logo, which is the curry logo. Yes, the curry noodles. Not much detail going on in the pot. Same with the actual pot. There's not much detail, but you can tell what it is. You know, they're dumplings. There's a little bit of veggies in there too. But I mean, for something this tiny, like, it's kind of hard to put detail into something like this small. And then we have the gas stove, which is a staple in the show. You see this pretty often. It's got a nice metallic finish to it. So that's pretty nice too. And then we have our cell phone, which doesn't have anything on it. But I'm amazed that they were able to put in the little lip that's on the top of all cell phones. I can't believe they put that in there. I was like, wow, that's some detail work there. Good job, good smile. And then you also have her ladle to scoop up the dumplings. Like, ooh, okay. And then this part here, like I mentioned before, is for when you're putting her into this. This is another extra bonus part. This is her long hair without the little hat on. So this is the fun part if you want to give her cuter with her hat. Let me just try doing the different parts here. Let's see what happens. So this part is supposed to just pop out. I don't know. Oh, I see. Like the whole thing comes out like that. Okay. And then this part just pops right into her body's on a weird slope, eh? There we go. Ah, okay, there we go. Okay, and then let's just take her parts off. Let's just start fiddling around with her face base. So we want to take this part off here and attach it to the back part. So inside here you see that little part right there? That's where you put in her body. This part, the bangs do come off, so it makes it easier. There we go. Oh, so cute. Okay. Getting excited to put this in. Oh, she's so adorable. Yay. This is a really cute figure. I really enjoy everything. These parts here, they do move a little bit. Like they can be twisted just a little bit, and they can be moved a little bit for twisting, just for like movement and motion. So that's quite nice as well. This is the best. I love this Figma so much. All right, and then let's try the little igloo pose. So this was pretty easy. Didn't have any issues. We're gonna put this face in. This is the face you want. Yes. Please remove shrink-resistant block. Oh. Huh. They actually have a plug here. Oh. This is so the hole doesn't get smaller. Interesting. I've never seen that before. Oh, you put this on afterwards. Okay. Oh. Oh. It's so cute! I love it! Oh my god, it's so cute! Oh my god, it's so cute. I can't believe it. So stand-wise, you have your general Figma stand, has the name Figma on the bottom. You just put this here. And then this part just goes right into your back. Like so. These Figma stands are pretty good because they can hold a lot of weight. See that? It's a pretty good stand. I like the stands for Figmas. Simple but efficient. So let's see here. Let's check this. So this one is meant to hold her ladle, looks like. Yep. Pretty easy. Yeah. Okay, not easy to take off. So here we go. Pretty simple. Whenever I have figures with small accessories, I'm incredibly scared to lose any of the pieces. So I always not use any of the accessories because it makes it easier for me. As a collector, I get a little angsty when it comes to the pieces like being lost, so I try not to use any piece that's small like this. I think Nadeshiko is one of the best figmas I've seen thus far, just because she is so cute, and you can have all sorts of variations. In fact, if you wanted to, because you have two faces, you can actually have two separate Nadeshikos going at the same time. There's a Rin figma too coming, and Rin is also one of my faves. You can definitely have her in two separate poses. You can have two sitting ones and two standing ones. So it's like buying two figures at once for this deluxe version. This is quite nice because you basically get the price of two figures for an extra, I think it's an extra $30 for deluxe version. So it's not too bad getting two figures out of it, hey? It's a good price. I'm gonna give Nadeshiko sculpt-wise a 10 out of 10. It's really good. I love it a lot. And paint-wise, she will get 10 out of 10 as well. There's nothing out of place on her body. I don't think there is anything that's off. I can't find anything that's really off with this figure. Everything is clean and natural. I guess the only thing is if you have gripes with like lines on figures, you might not like that, but having some lines on her isn't a big deal in these type of models. Scale models are a little bit different just because those ones are meant to be like art statues, while these ones are meant to be plated with. So I think this one is definitely really good. Now for overall appearance, let's just do a quick little montage, shall we? Now that we come back from a little camping excursion, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you again next week with a new model. See you again. Bye.